Okay, part 4, the technical part of the video here. Sorry I've taken so long doing this. I know this is going to put it in an hour long video, so at least I'm breaking it down for you into 15-minute videos. So, as we were discussing here, we were talking about this, the way this is being moved up. So, again, what I think is happening here that we have been fooled into believing is that, first of all, this is your huge primary wave 1 down, and we are still in a primary wave 2 up that has not concluded yet. And that's not an indication of where it's going to go, but I think it's going to stretch out to somewhere in June before it ends. Inside of that, I think that we have had a wave 1 up. So this is wave 1, and then we've had a wave 2 down, and then we've had a wave 3 up, and we had a wave 4 down, and now we are in wave 5. Quite simple. Wave 5 has not completed yet. And inside of all of these, if you wanted to break them down even further, you can. You can do, whatever you want there, break them down. Try to figure this out, Elliott wave. But again, I'm not an Elliott wave person. There's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. That one's pretty clear as far as this first wave 1 here. So there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that. Here, I don't know. You want to break this down, what it should be an ABC, right? So what do you see? An A, a B, a C. It looks pretty clear to me. So, but again, I said this in the post. Elliott wave worked great, I do believe, back prior to the 80s when Robert Prechter invented it, but back then, us sheep did not have the access to the internet and to computer systems to trade it the way he did it. So therefore, they did not need to change the game plan because it was only him and a few subscribers. So they didn't really change anything. They just, no big deal. If he makes a little bit of money, big deal. What they didn't want was the masses, us sheep, being able to figure out the game, the system the same way. So they had to change it after that. And that's why Elliott wave now is not as accurate as it was before. So anyway, on this next move up, you can clearly see a 1, a 2, and then here's your 3, your 4, and your 5. And of course, inside, you can see inside this wave 3, which is typical, you also see a inside a wave 3, it's very typical to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave inside a wave 3. Happens in wave 5s, happens in wave 3s. So you see how this all plays out. Now, we're probably looking over here, and you're probably wondering, how the heck can we get all this over here? I know this kind of looks like a rat's nest here. But, if you look at it, let's go back to our purple, and because that's what we was using, right? So here you had what, your 1, 2, 3, or is that, and then maybe a 4 or 5. Maybe they had a 5-way move down there. This is subjective on where this ended here and whether or not this could have been a 5th wave ending all this. I don't know. Again, I'm not an Elliott wave expert. Okay, I'm also looking for cycles and a time period to time period. We're going to get to that in a minute. But here you could probably clearly make out a wave 1 up, a wave 2 up, and it appears to be we're in a wave 3 up right now. We need to have some type of nice move down easily. If we went down here and hit this 1300 area, that'd be sweet. 60-point drop. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it could happen with these rumors of Greece defaulting. And then that would be a nice wave 4 down, and then you get your final 5th wave into this June time period as I'm talking about. Let's move on to the charts on a shorter time frame here so that we can see this here on a shorter time frame. Okay, so moving on to the 1 yearly chart. And okay, so you can see here, let's go here, and you just kind of have to ignore all the lines. I do apologize on all these lines, but you can clearly see this makes a nice wave 1, a nice wave 2, and a nice wave 3. Inside this wave 3, what do you see? It appears to me, again, I see a nice wave 1, a 2, and it looks like we're in a 3. So it looks to me like we still need a 4th wave down, both for this purple line and for this one here. So you need kind of like this. That's what needs to happen. And that would be ideal if, again, we went somewhere down here and hit either that support or that support. I don't know which one it's going to be. It's just going to be based upon this, this, how much they get scared of this rumor about the Greece default. So, it's hard to say what they're going to do. But, again, I do not think that it's going to happen like everybody thinks, that we're just going to start crashing and heading down from here. I just don't see it. I do think that they're just going to push this out all the way into June, or approximately there, until it finally rolls over. So one thing I did not cover here was how I got to that date. I actually went to a site here called timeanddate.com and clicked on calculators, and then I clicked on date to date, and I entered in the date of 03 to the 20th, and that is the year 2000. And oops, I'm on the wrong one. It's not date, it's okay, date to date. I forgot to click to it. Okay, and it's not date to date, it's add a date. Let's see, date calendar, there it is. So where you add a date. Okay, so 03 March 20th, the week of the 20th, 2000. And then if you type in 666, it's just coincidental, I guess, that it ends up fast forwarding you to December the 24th. I find that very freaky that that happened just like that from the high, and it happens to be with the Mayan calendar. I'm telling you, I really strongly believe no matter who gets in for president, you got to look at this from this point of view. During this time period from November the 2nd, when the new president is chosen, to the time that the new president actually takes office the following year in, what is it, January? Or is it February? January, I believe. During that time period, they can do whatever they want, crash the stock market, blame it on the old guy, Obama in this case, or if the new guy gets in, they don't like him, which would be possibly Ron Paul. If he gets in, then you can really bet you that they're going to crash the market into all of 2013 with a multitude of wave 3s after wave 3s, and because they're going down, folks. Listen, we're going into the 7th day according to the Bible, which is 1,000 years. We're going into a period that is past the Mayan calendar's ending date. Lindsey Williams, his own elite gangsters, their think tanks have told him that something of a spiritual nature is going to happen this year. They don't know what. Lindsey clearly states that he believes it's the beginning of the end of the New World Order. Now, the New World Order, as we know it, is the Illuminati, the Reptilians. Lindsey doesn't speak of them in that fashion. He doesn't, I don't know what he thinks. I don't know if he believes in the reptilian aliens or not. Who knows? He believes in the Bible, and that's all fine. So does my Aunt Barbara, who's a diehard Christian, and that's all great. I try to make sense of all of it. I try to put real things behind it. Who are these angels and demons that they speak of? Who are the aliens? How do they fit into the conflict? And in all of my research that I have done, the angels and demons are the aliens. They always have been. Makes a whole lot more sense than something just blindly believing on faith that there's this magical place called heaven we're going to go to, and bad guys are going to go to hell, and if you don't repent your sins. Come on, I've been a good person all my life, and my grandfather was a good person, but I don't think he went to some place called hell because he didn't go to church every day and get saved, and I don't see it that way. If there is a place called hell, it's probably here on earth. If there's a second place called hell beyond this, it's for the Illuminati and the Reptilians. It's not for the good people that do the right things most of their lives and make a few mistakes here and there. And that's you and me and any of you that are watching these videos. You're probably a good person, have done the right thing and tried to make it in life. And it doesn't matter whether or not you believe in the Bible or the Quran or any of them. They're all books that were just simply written by man, that were most likely being the information and the stories were being told to the writers of those chapters. Most likely they were being told by aliens, and some may have been bad aliens, but I think for the most part they were good aliens, Palladians or something like that, talking to them through telepathy, which I believe we all had prior to 6,000 years ago, back in the time of Adam and Eve, as the story goes. So everything that I have researched with the aliens, with the Illuminati, with the Bible, it doesn't disprove anything in the Bible. It simply puts real things to the Bible. Angels and demons, they're aliens. Pretty simple. A mark of the beast, well, that's what the Illuminati want to do by chipping us. The 666, whatever. There are real things behind it, and that was my goal, to find that kind of stuff out. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I covered the charts about what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to have it moved down soon, probably maybe starting next week, but in March I do believe we're going to have it moved down. It could last for a while, maybe go down to 1,300 or so. I don't know. I don't have any downside targets. I don't have any fake prints right now. You just got to give us support and resistance. Could go lower. Could go that 1,200 area or something. I mean, if you actually took the this chart right here and drew a line, you could go deeper. I mean, you go up here. You could draw a line right here. If you were to draw a line, let's see, I don't think that is going to work out to where it's going to go that deep. That's too deep for a wave 4, but possibly right here, that's a possibility there for a wave 4. Or even if you took this, come on, let's see, if we took this back to here and drew this down to here, that's a nice possibility too for a wave 4. Look at the distance on this from here. That's what, 1,200 up to 1,260. About 60 points for a wave 2 down. So 1,360, you could drop down to 1,300, maybe this support level right in here, very easily for your wave 4. Or you could fall short and hit this trend line right here. It's a tough one to say. If I did it down to here, I'd actually be hitting that top right there, ignoring that one, and hitting that top right there. So I'm not really going to speculate on it. We're going to all look for fake prints and see if we can't find them for the move down. But I do think we're going to have some type of wave 4 down and then a final wave 5 up into June. So that will be, the time that I'll start looking to be a lot more serious and give you a lot more information, hopefully, if I'm not too busy with other stuff. Okay, gang, sorry I haven't done a lot of posts, but this was a long one for you to give you my thoughts on what's going on. Good luck, and always I appreciate your fake prints sending to me. Thanks.